Makati-Tagig, nag-away na naman. Sangguniang Kabataang Elections, Roosevelt Station, naging FPJ. Kumusta for me? This is Avor Joseph and welcome to News I Deem Worthy Recap Weekly Edition number 13. The summarization of the news starts from the headlines of the 20th to the 26th of August, 2023. Get magdana for the place and selective summation. This is the news headline for Sunday, 20th of August, 2023. New LRT1 station renaming. What the hell, dudes? In memory and celebration of the king of the Philippine movies, the King FPJ's 84th birthday, they renamed the Roosevelt station of LRT1 into the Fernando Poe Jr. station, which I doubt will cause any confusion to millions of LRT1 riders using the service. Are we bored or something? I mean, why rename something so innocuous that it will just lead to further confusion of millions of Filipino riders? And the fact that these stations are named after the streets of which they are on, or at least adjacent to them, it just goes to show how this empty gesture really saves the bottoms of those that should do concrete changes that will help the Filipinos for the better. But of course, with this empty gesture, the Filipino will lap onto it. Of course, Senator Lito Lapid, another actor turned politician, just like what FPJ was trying to do when he ran for presidency back in 2004. Just like what he said, walang lapid kung walang FPJ. I mean, do I care? Like, who gives a shit in a video game? I mean, props to them for being cornerstones of Filipino entertainment, but why do they have to drag these ordinary people into these empty projects? Or renaming of some fairly straightforward naming conventions. This is the news headline for Monday, 21st of August, 2023. Manila-Cavite Expressway new toll hike. The new toll rate for the Manila-Cavite Expressway or Cavitex has new tolls for motorists to look forward to. Here are the updated fees. From Seaside to Zapote or from Mia exit to Longos, Bacoores, Cavite, for Class 1 vehicles will be up 2 pesos from 33 pesos to 35. Class 2 vehicles will be up 3 pesos from 67 pesos to 70 pesos. For Class 3 vehicles will be up 4 pesos from 100 pesos to 104. Another one, from Longos to Kawit or from Zapote to Kawit for Class 1 vehicles will be up 9 pesos from 64 pesos to 73 pesos. For Class 2 vehicles will be up 17 pesos from 129 pesos to 146 pesos. And for Class 3 vehicles will be up 25 pesos from 195 pesos to 219 pesos. This is the news headline for Tuesday, 20th of August, 2023. ComElec holding 500,000 pesos banned from Barangay Sangguniang Kabataan elections. After 5 years, last one being held on May 2018, it is now decided that the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections is to be held on October of this year. It is now decided that the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections is to be held on October of this year. After 5 years of delay and a Supreme Court decision stating another postponement of the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections will be deemed unconstitutional, forcing the administration to follow through the scheduled election. The Commission on Elections has banned the possession or carrying anything more than 500,000 pesos in the coming days before the election to avoid vote buying. The filing of certificate of candidacy will begin at August 28. This is an open letter to those running for a position in the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataang elections. Do better. We've been stuck under your leadership for so long. You left the people who voted for you in the dust. With all these huge campaign promises and grand presentations of your quote-unquote platforms. I understand that democracy is in and of itself a popularity contest. That one is given. If we want the desirables to win, or whatever desirables mean, a societal reset to good subjective ideals should be the one proliferating in the world, so that if you are popular, it will be because of good reasons. So that a popularity contest in relation to democracy and election be less muddied in its connotation, where what's popular is an entertainment, or at least just entertainment. It would certainly still play a crucial role, but rather something more genuine and principled. That being whatever subjectively good ideal that the contemporary believe to be of the utmost important in a quality of a leader. People nowadays talk about platforms as a sort of principled no stance to cover their unseasoned opinions. They see them asking for platforms as the best thing one can do. It should be the bare minimum. The election of incompetent, duplicitous individuals with no platform except some vague goody-two-shoe ideal repeated over and over again has driven our ideal candidate from someone that does what they promise, seen through being a living example of what they vow to accomplish, and all the way to proven track records. Now, a platform, however unrealistic and unbecoming of one's character is enough. Fifth in a math competition, back and forth grade, put that in the pamphlet. Despite years winning election cycles, apolitical unless trendy, or being a/part of the problem in the barangay themselves. Only coming in the front whenever an election cycle is fast approaching but absent in group works or projects. You're obfuscating and just taking advantage. Because that's all you can do. And I see those people that brag about their inquisition of people's platforms without digging further into it as just insufferable because of the smug look they possess after dropping a bombshell statement nobody asked for. Good, you asked for the platform. Now you'll vote for them? Is that it? Just because they have quote-unquote platform. I know this is a weird bone to pick, but you know how it goes. I just can't stand those sometimes. Just to sound like a politically aware person, or worse, a political analyst. I mean, more like a political analyst. I know asking for a platform is a neutral thing to start off of, if not a good thing to start off of, but to see it by the many as the end-all be-all when asking some question, similar to the naivete and optimistic kids' stories morals, just like most Marvel movies, it's surface level, lacking nuance. That's why Scorsese said it's a theme park. This is the news headline for Wednesday, 23rd of August, 2023. Makati-Taguig Mayor's Pasiklaban. Mayor Abby Binay of Makati and Mayor Lani Cayetano has started to distribute supplies to the schools affected of the sudden transfer of the Embo barangays, 10 of them, to Taguig City. Taguig City Mayor Lani Cayetano got a head start as she distributes school supplies for the students, promising more to come in a bid to win over those former Makati welfare recipients. But in one upping, more like three upping just because of the quality, as one parent said, the rival mayor, I don't know how that would work, but Makati City Mayor Abby Binay has also started to distribute school supplies, saying in jest, "Oh, as you can see, we're not distributing echo bags." Also confirming that the distribution is approved by the Department of Education. So, the Taguig LGU, in my opinion, has been desperately vying for the affection of the former Makatizens, that they might forget the huge loss that Makati LGU has been shouldering in the barangays, 10 of them. According to the Makati City Mayor, the sum of the 10 barangays have been subsidized through welfare, over 9 billion pesos, while only 1 billion pesos in return. A huge 8 billion deficit. I don't think Taguig has the funds nor the political will to ever provide the same level of service Makati has been delivering to these impoverished and lower middle class people of the Embos. Can they even do it with their own without the former 300,000 Makatizen recipients? We'd remember from last week the Department of Education has resolved to putting the 14 schools in the disputed territories directly under the office of the Secretary of the Department of Education, while the bickering is still ongoing. This is the news headline for Thursday, 24th of August, 2023. Pharmally and DBM sued for Anomalous COVID test kit debacle. Ombudsman has ordered a case against the company Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation and the Department of Budget and Management for anomalous procurement process of more than 4 billion pesos worth of COVID-19 test kits for graft. Apparently and allegedly, the DBM did not do its due diligence, as it was so clear that the Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation only has 625,000 of paid-up capital, and so commissioning them for a procurement service worth more than 4 billion pesos should have raised eyebrows and red flags. They won't and can't deliver the kits. This is the news headline for Friday, 25th of August, 2020. Illegal drug-fueled day. A whopping 1.4 billion peso worth of shabu or methamphetamine was found in an abandoned, for almost a week, utility vehicle on the parking lot of a mall in Mabalacat, Pampanga. It was found by the NBI encased in a sack of sugar that was about to be transported to Caloocan. Batang Kankalu pride. On another happening, or drug-fueled happening, in NAIA, a woman assumed to be an unknown courier of 3.45 kilos of cocaine valued at over 18 million pesos was arrested after, no surprise, get caught in the x-ray machine. And we're not like the TSA. She arrived from Ethiopia and allegedly met a Filipino woman who offered her a free trip to the Philippines and 100,000 pesos for carrying the said bag. Why didn't you check? Another drug-fueled related case in NAIA, 30 grams of shabu worth more than 200,000 pesos was found in a warehouse in the 24th. I usually don't add these drug-related news headlines, but it's either this or the typhoon, which hasn't had much impact. That said, lives affected or claimed by the typhoon is irrelevant. It's just this, the news headline for Saturday, 26th of August, 2023. PH new travel policy, an added burden. Critics of the new travel policy by the IACAT or the Interagency Council Against Trafficking has countered the proposed revised guidelines to Filipinos living in the country to be unconstitutional as it restricts the right of travel of the Filipinos trying to leave by having to show a proof of travelers' finances or show money. They said that these added guidelines are futile as human trafficking syndicates could just provide their victims show money to bypass while also batting Filipinos with less than good enough finances to get out. The DOJ Secretary Crispin Remulla has said that the guidelines would most likely be applied to 90 to 95% of first-time travelers. And that's the end of the News Item Worthy Recap Weekly Edition from August 19 to August 26, 2023. Most suggest some more topics and or corrections to the balitas if you feel I misrepresented them in any way. Salamat sa mga panood mga kabayang. Avoid me, like, subscribe, and follow my links and socials on Avoid Joseph that will be linked down below. Sa susunod muli, paalam.